Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, let's jump on and check these energies. It's been a tough weekend, I'm going to say, for you guys. What I've been witnessing on the other side of this camera, it's been challenging, especially for you men out there, for you masculines. So it hasn't been easy. The devil energy is well and truly out. 28th, end of Mercury retrograde, and things will start moving. Just before I come on, it was just like, here comes the sun, little darling. It's going to be all right. The wheel's going to turn. Okay, so it really is the devil just playing. Now, I have so much, I've worked through so much energy, clearing energy over this weekend. I've got so much to talk about. So, let's see what the cards want to say. Okay. We're going to freestyle it. I do normally, but I was going to jump on yesterday, but it was like I just had to really get my head around this this energy, just with the people I was speaking with, the similarities between the energies, kind of pinpointing it. So, okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles, so we're looking at about joining partnerships or our partnerships. Okay, so we are looking at who's like-minded. We've got Justice, and then we've got, now this is the Harvest card, but there is such an energy to this card of just it's a slight boredom. But I wanted to actually say putting up with. But I feel the energy's changed today because I see a lot of people taking back their power and working through this energy and not tolerating this, it's this disconnect. It's like Justice is sorting out, it really does feel like things are out of our control. Okay. I'm going to pull some more. I feel like I want to pull either side of these. So let's do that. We have the Death card. That means there's transformation now. That doing things a different way. This is an enlightenment. Let's get one for the other side. Well, we had two that come out. And then we have the transitional stage. And then we have this pausing. Okay, we're making up a story this way. Cool. This is a transition of living one way, and I want to say really poverty, and moving into abundance. And that's a transition that you need to go through. And it is tiring. I want to say it's tiring sorting out the muck. And then we have the Hangman here, which is just somebody who's actually just being an observer. It's a bit like this card. Just observing. So we have this, somebody here watching the, I want to say, the transformation take place right under their eyes, like they have no control over it. And they are just becoming more enlightened every step that's taken. So I feel that this is like an awareness of your environment. Then we have Justice. Right, okay. Well, we'll carry on doing it this way. Always up for something new, so, okay. Right, Justice. Let's have a look what Justice would like to say to us. So it does look like in the middle here, I picked up on this, you're feeling it's out of your hands. So your behaviour, circumstances that you're coming across, and also the biggest thing that I've picked up on is getting to a point where we're stopping ourselves. So we'll say something and think, that is not me. I do not want to be that person. End of. That's what I've picked up over the weekend. Actually, recognising our own behaviours and when we overstep the mark. So justice. But I do believe that this is this devil energy. You have to be very careful what anybody's actually said to you, how you take that on board, and whether you're capable of using that back at them to hurt them. That's what's going on over this weekend. A lot of tit for tat. Just trying to really hurt people with our words and our actions, like seriously, the devil's like come out, but it's like for a reason, so that we get to tame this beast. So justice. So if this is you, and I have been dealing with people and trying really to get them to understand this energy and to forgive themselves, because stuff's being thrown at them that's tough. It's like so misunderstood. Mercury retrograde, anything you do or say will be used against you. It's been tough. 28th, all planets forward moving. Awesome. Okay, so, okay, you're going to feel the relief, but justice at the moment is here. So justice is sorting out this passion. It's a page, so it's like an immature adolescent energy. So it's like re-sparking your youth. My pussycat's having his dinner. If you pick up the noise in the background. Okay, justice. It's like, stop, you're growing up too quickly. That's what I feel. Yeah, there's the Ace of Pentacles. This is justice offering you this new abundance. I said at the top it was this transition from one way of living to another. And we have the universe here with the Ace of Pentacles. This is the universe giving you an offer of abundance. And it's got passion in it. And it's more of an adventurous passion. This free spirit. I feel like I want... No, don't pull another one now. That's cool. Okay, let's move down to this Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like it's time, because this card actually means that it's harvest time. But he's only got one pentacle with him, really. It's the only thing that he's managed to kind of have for himself. And it's like he's waiting. It's like too busy taking care of everyone else and not looking after really yourself. You've let yourself just, you know, I don't know. It's like that pentacle will rot away if you don't actually pick it up and, I want to say, eat it. So it's like, do you take the offer? Which would be this that justice is offering. It's like it's time to move on because this just is not going fast enough. Okay. Because this Three of Pentacles is a young, energetic energy. If you have a look, it's like he's the apprentice. And there's two kind of, I would say they are older, maybe. But they're very interested in what he's kind of showing them. There's plans there. He's standing on a bench, which makes me think, you know, that's just a kind of vibrant energy, isn't it? I don't know. I want to say it's like bringing youthfulness back. Okay, let's move on. Right, let's clarify this Seven of Pentacles. So this is like harvest time, or is it? This is really a time when you make the decision. Five of Swords. Too many people are getting hurt in this relationship or environment. It's very sneaky. It's very tit for tat. and it's like who's won energy. Oh, and then we've got underneath was the Ace of Wands. And for me, that just feels that this kind of relationship is not satisfying. This can be, it's time to surrender card. Enough's enough. And then we've got the universe now is offering a passionate, adventurous beginning, opportunity. So you're offered the pentacles, the finances, the abundance, and you're also offered the passion. Let's get one for this side. Or two. Oh, or three. Okay. We have the World, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords. That's about speaking the truth. So let's have a look at this row. We have this situation's no longer serving. Too many people are getting hurt. It's just not a nice energy. The universe is offering this passionate, abundant opportunity. There's this gentleman here waiting for whether or not does he want to move on, or is he going to wait to see what else falls from, can't even call it a tree. And then we have, knowing that it's time to wrap up old ways of living so that then you can move into more enlightened beginnings, which will be transparent, you bear stripped, bear stripped. I don't know. Anyway, it comes out as it does. It means something. The Death card. You're naked. Let's get off of nakedness. Okay. So, enlightened. And that's what this is. It's a transition. You have to wrap up these old cycles. That's this stage. The weight that you feel as you're going through this transition, it's a very scary, anxious time. There's an uncertainty. But it's kind of happening. And then we have the observer who's watching this. Justice is saying this is about now being adventurous. Come on, I've got to be able to get my words out. Adventurous and abundant. And then in this bottom row, it looks like too much sneaky behaviour. The universe is saying, let's put a stop to it. There's a passionate new adventure waiting for you. Then it's but this uncertainty about wrapping up the cycle. It looks like, I've got the Lovers here. Now, the Lovers is a very strong connection. So I would say that this will be the connection walking towards and not walking away from. But you would have to be ready. And you would have to walk away from something to be with a lover. So there needs to be a sacrifice or a transformation. Because the lovers are normally the two people that should be together. Because they have such a unique relationship that obviously makes them lovers, that pulls them together. But then, I want to say society pulls them apart, or fear. So, but there is this here, speaking the truth. Cutting out things that no longer serve and being truthful. The Queen of Swords can be quite harsh. It depends. It does depend what mood you grab the Queen of Swords in. Because if she's in a negative environment and she's cutting out things that no longer serve her and going through the transitional stage, then she will be more abrupt, or the energy of her, because this is just speaking the truth and cutting things out card, not necessarily a feminine or masculine. So sometimes she needs to be abrupt because she doesn't take any shit. That's really what the Queen of Swords is about. But she is very honest, so there's no secrets with her, so it's very transparent. You know where you stand with her. So you have to look at whether or not that is an asset, to have that honesty in a relationship where somebody actually knows what they want and they would just cut out things that no longer serve them. Bit of a strange reading, a way to read it, but let's have a look at the bottom. Okay, so the Three of Wands is about waiting for your manifestations to come in. So it's just waiting for your ship to come in, the right time. That's it, the right time. Let's get some oracle, and we'll see what they want to say. I want to work on them on 3 different rows because I really do feel that top line there is the energy, okay, of the actual person going through this transition, and observing their partnerships and watching the transition kind of unfold in front of them. I don't know what's going on with my words again. Stop making up words. I'm not making them up, just not words I'm wanting to use. Okay, right. Middle row looks like it's divine. It's just kind of like this is destiny, just unfolding, pushing you in the right direction. And then the bottom row looks like the actual choice that you need to make to because you can't stand the hangman forever observing a situation. There will be a point where the universe will just give you a push. Normally this will come out. When it's time, there's normally something big that will happen. People worry about how to get themselves out of situations. If you could just trust that justice will do what justice needs to do without you even getting involved, you can actually take this standpoint of being an observer and actually watching it unfold. And that's what I normally say to people that are going through these transitions. I do deal with a lot of people that are going through partnerships, separating. Okay, so leaving partnerships that they know are not right for them, and that, you know, they've just grown apart. And so there is always this, how do I do it? You know, I don't want this anymore, but I don't know how to do it. And sometimes you just need to step back and just trust that the universe will do it for you. So it may be that you get into an argument. It may be that something's said and it's just kind of like, no more. It's just that tolerance. It's just, you just don't do it anymore to yourself or to them. So that is the kind of energy, which kind of forces change because you go too far. Okay, so, and you think, whoa, how did that all happen? Well, because the universe will sort it out until you get into this energy where, you know, you can cut out your own things and you know your own truth. But this, like I said, I've made mention, obviously, of how the Queen of Swords can come up in two different ways. So I've picked up on that because it might be that you're feeling guilty about that. I really wouldn't. It's just knowing when to curb that and knowing when to use that power that you have. Okay. But I feel it's more of an energy of being shocked of our own power and how strong we really are and how much we really do bottle up. And then when it explodes, oh boy, does it explode. When really the best thing was to have been this all along. Honest, boundaries. But that is part of this cycle of actually moving through that transition. I can't seem to it's that movement with my mouth. Why am I not being able to pronounce my words? Okay, now I am just going off. So let's get some daily guidance from your angels. Okay, let's have a look at this transformation towards our partnerships, the transitional period, and being an observer during it. And just, I want to say, just allow justice to do what justice wants to do. There's 3 cards that have come out for this top row. Okay, let's have a look at the first one. It's an opportunity to forgive. Okay, this situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings and energies and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. This is exactly what the transformation is. It's one way of being, I want to say, and then actually choosing to forgive yourself and others' behaviour and moving on and really healing through that. So a lot of self-forgiveness there. I might read this one, but I want to see what the other 2 are. I hope some koala bears there. Okay. Child. Straight away, I want to say immature behaviour through this transition that you're observing. Okay, and a lot of it is due to childhood healing. And I believe this week I've really kind of been getting messages, really, it's father healing this week. That's what I said, I've got lots to talk about, but I'm going to see what the cards draw me to talk about, otherwise I'll be here for the rest of the year. Okay, Child, you care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to children who need you. Yeah, I've been working with masculines that are actually very much wanting to please their partner and not receiving the love back. And it's quite beautiful. Wasn't going to say touching because I don't think, you know, it's very nice to see, but it's quite heartbreaking to see how that's being rejected by a feminine. So there's a lot of achiness for love, to just be loved regardless of whether you're a male. I said, you know, you masculines are getting it big time out there. So okay, let's have a look at this last one. Notice the signs. Well, that would be you in this what do I want to say, hangman mode, this observer. So yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. Yeah, through this transitional period, it can feel, you know, quite lonely. There's two people here, but they're not really talking. They're just like moving on. It's just going with the process. But feeling very left out in the cold. If you ever look, there's kind of a chapel behind there. You can have a look at it as they kind of, you know, have lost all faith. Or it could be that he's looking like maybe he wants to seek refuge there. So this is the point when maybe, you know, you do go your separate ways. I've never really looked at this here. But she's not really looking for any hope. So she will go one way. And he is totally battered there. There is quite a bit of violence out there as well, guys. You really need to be careful and curb it. And just try and tame that devil, because you don't want to push too far. This is all the stuff you have to clear. So, okay, we can be really tested to our limits at this time. So it's just, you know, look for refuge. Just remember who you are. And that might actually help you understand your behaviour. It did my own. I remembered who I was, where I'd come from, why I behaved that way, where I picked up these habits, where I picked up the stare. That was a big one that come in, was my stare. And I know that I have it because my children have told me I only have to look a certain way, and lots of people have told me about this stare. They've also told me about how I can stick the knife in and then twist it and then gut out. And there was one point I looked at being quite proud that I had this part of me. And then actually it coming out and feeling I'm not really proud of myself. I've just behaved like the people I've been trying to escape, which were my home people. So that was a big lesson really of where did I learn that stare. And the fact is, when we're in a rage or we are angry, I want to say mostly disappointed, hurt, shocked, we're not normally looking in a mirror. We're normally looking at somebody else and projecting that face onto them, and we don't have a clue what that looks like because we're not looking at ourselves. And maybe that's why some of us find it very hard to look into a mirror. So it really shocked me because I'm used to looking at sunshine in the mirror. So to see that coming back at me, that was like, whoa. And then letting go of the guilt and think, well, where did I pick that up from? I know exactly where I picked that up from. And that look saved me at a time in my life. And it may come in handy if I ever need to deal with those type of people again, because I have the experience. But I'm not going to go any further with that. But just be careful of the look. And you know that this look exists because you see other people and you just know, you just say, oh, I don't like the look in their eyes, or I don't like how the expression on their face. You know, but we're not aware of that look that we're projecting. How could we be? We're on the inside. That's our fear, that's our devil. And I want to say that's our protection. So have a look and see if you can put any links together, whether, you know, this devil that comes out, was he maybe someone we were shown? Was he our protection? Did we need that person at some point in our life? And and then you can tuck him up to bed and say you can stay there until I call upon you again, if needed. I know you exist. That's it. It's about, and then all sorts come into my mind, as in, if you think about all the people that have this, you know, beast side, they always wake up and never remember it, like the Hulk, and I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, you get what I mean. We don't remember being that person. Okay, well, I'm glad we got that one out, because that was something I definitely wanted to talk about. So notice the signs. So I want to say that actually you already know, because you've been receiving the signs, and this is really helping you. You'll be receiving the signs if you're going through the spiritual transformation, because you have to have faith. And I want to say that through this partnership, one has faith and the other one doesn't. And I want to say that is what is moving these partnerships that are not with like-minded people, and you're watching them unfold. If you keep your faith and allow the others to do what they wish to do, justice will do what it needs to do. Excuse me. So notice the signs, they're there, the synchronizations, the messages through music, dream states, visuals. And remember, the devil will play with visuals at the moment, okay? So we've got notice the signs. You're triggering probably inner childhood wounds. But this is an opportunity to forgive, and I'm going to read this one. Right, let me get the book. What am I working with? Where's the book for this one? Oh, I thought I was really organised. Okay, let's not read it. So an opportunity to forgive this transformation, and I want to say yourself and others, and that'll be a full transformation then when you see the truth behind a situation. You are healing childhood issues, wounds, upbringing, abandonment issues. There's a lot of nurturing fatherly energy, a protective energy out there for feminines. And I want to say that about their upbringing. Wanting to be a protector, I want to say. Okay, so let's have a look at what the justice here is saying. That this is about regaining your passion and going off into abundance now. That's kind of like what faith will do. Yeah, be honest with yourself. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for the courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. That says it all there. To be honest with yourself. I want to say about the shadow side, and that's when things seem to really click, when we accept who we are, where we come from, why we are the way that we are, and we find sense behind it and be able to move on from that. That's really an acceptance, being honest with yourself. I just want to say you can't be something that you're not. But that didn't make sense to me. But for me, it was like, you can't cover up who you truly are. You can't cover up what you know you're capable of. But we can have a little bit more of a deeper look as into why. Let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. If you go back, there were so many lessons there on the journey to where we are now. The situations we learnt to handle, or will know how to handle in the future. changing, evolving, growing. Okay, let's get one more for this. Ask. So this is really saying, for the first time I've ever picked up that card, is there's somebody looking up. They're wanting help. They're wanting a way out. It's like they're wanting salvation. And this is the Ask card. Ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is the free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your request. And that is about really taking care of you and doing what you need to do on your life journey for you. And that's the hardest decision to make, because we're so used to thinking that we're here to make sure everyone else is okay. But first, that starts with us. Then we can really help people. So let's work on this last row here. So this is too many people are getting hurt. The universe is offering this passionate opportunity. Not sure. There is a bit of indecision here with this Seven of Pentacles about wrapping up the cycle, starting a new one. Then we go into the Lovers, so it looks like it is about going into a relationship, but we have to have honesty, integrity, and cutting out things that no longer serve. So let's have a look at the Oracle. It says a new partner. So a chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. I'm going to stop there just because it says that it set the wheels in motion. So it's kind of like everything before now has been divinely orchestrated for this moment, for these lovers. I said it was a very intense connection. It says, pay careful attention to new people we send into your life. You will recognise them by your sense of familiarity, comfort and safety. So this is, it says blessing in disguise underneath. So it really is kind of trying to make you aware that your past had so much meaning. And I can really go back through in my mind and see how I've evolved from who I was as a child. Then we had the teenage years. Then we had the young adult years, becoming a mum, now coming out of that, you know, children being young. And wow. Now there are some that still live the same. And that it's kind of like, and that has to be their choice. So, there is this sense of familiarity, comfort, safety, and that's what this transition is. It's, I don't want to say this for repulsion, but it really is the only thing I can explain is how people that are wanting to move away from situations that are not serving them, that's how they're feeling at the moment. Pretty much cannot stand this energy around them. So it's big. And it's like the universe is really giving your ass a kick. So, this here, a chance meeting was no mistake for the lovers. So it would be a relationship that wasn't a relationship or a committed relationship like that. So the chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. And then it says a blessing in disguise. What appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. Really is, if you can surrender and allow this just to unfold, you'll be guided. And every action that you take is guided. So when you can just surrender to that and not think too much into your own behaviour or why this has happened, it's all divinely orchestrated. It's a blessing in disguise. We never find them out until after. We don't learn the lesson, okay, until afterwards. It's like finding out your exam results. You have to kind of wait for it all to make sense. but it always does. Every single part of it. When you get to a stage and you can see how everything has been a catalyst to move you on, to be in a certain location, to be there, there, there. It was all divinely orchestrated. And we signed up for those lessons as well, because we were strong enough. And they'll all have meaning and purpose. And I seem to be shuffling, so let's get one more from here. And then what I want to do is actually clear the table and just pull some other oracle cards. Oh, that one wants to jump out. It says, listen. Quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your heart. Doesn't say that. Your exact nature of your desires manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you, listen. And this is the one thing that if I can really tell anyone, I've been working on myself, and that's surrender. And trust that you're going to be led every step of the way, if you allow them to. Once you've dealt with your fear, and just trust that you are protected and safe, and it's quite awesome, really. But the devil will show up, because they don't want you to really go, okay? They want you to kind of, oh, it's not safe, you know, I'm not sure, unknown territory. And it's quite an adventure when you go with the flow. And stop paddling against the stream. Just let go and go with the flow. So listen. Okay. Right, let's clear these away. I am going to pull some cards, apparently, just so we can get us a little story, and then we'll work on that. Like I said, there's a lot to talk about. But it's best if it flows. Okay. I'm pleased we really talked about that surrendering, though. That is really, really important if you can. Just become the observer. And be forgiving. Look deeper into our behaviours. You know, try and understand others rather than just seeking to be understood. Only you can understand yourself, truly. Only you've had your path. Only you know why you've had to be the person sometimes that you've had to be. And to try and explain that to someone, for one, it's going to have to take somebody who cares and listens and wants to hear. And that's what being with like-minded people are. People who care about your journey and you care about theirs. So, okay. There's a lot, just so much about self-forgiveness, okay? Right, let's get another story. So we have a Ten of Pentacles, feeling burdened down now. So start delegating them back to people that they belong to, because you just need to take care of you. You're on your way somewhere, but you're really, really burdened down. It's a slow process, or that's how you feel. And it's like you can't find your passion. If you have a look at this Knight of Wands here, the horse looks like he's really good to go. He wants to charge. That doesn't look like a very happy knight there. The horse looks more excited. So he's carrying so many burdens, and it's stopping him from being able to truly move on. Okay, so the wheel's here. The wheel's about to turn. This pressure will be. It's like if you surrender and just listen, watch those wands just fall away. And then it's like you'll be tired, but you'll be on your horse. You'll be off in the right direction. Well, the wheel's here. So it's destiny. It's about being more aligned, more balanced. In tough times, that wheel always turns. It always does. Okay, so Okay, we're getting another row. Knowing what to do, knowing what's right, and being divinely orchestrated. Look at those two gentlemen at the bottom there. They're just waiting for direction. The two keys there normally represent the masculine and feminine energies, meaning that you're balanced. And I'm not too sure off the top of my head what else the other stuff means. But that's about authority, being divinely guided. Wisdom. Okay, we're going to talk about the next thing I was going to talk about. Yeah, okay. Right. I didn't know if I kind of know I need to talk about it. Because I was studying it yesterday and I googled it, and then I actually put the meaning of what I had in my mind to this card that just come out next. So it was like, okay, we're going to talk about it, and I get why. So we have this, I'm just going to talk you through it. The burden. Okay, so you're carrying the burden, which is really stopping you progressing now. But destiny's here, the wheel's about to turn. Now, what we want to speak about is, for one, the devil energy, and for two, this relationship with the lovers. Okay. So it's been divinely orchestrated. And then we have the juggling out with the infinity symbol here. And we've got 2 pentacles. So this can be about juggling out 2 energies. Things are really choppy behind, and you're trying to remain balanced. I'm going to come back to this card. Now it's like preventing an offer being made, because the King of Pentacles is very slow, so he needs to be balanced, he needs to be meticulous, he needs he's thought long and hard, but we still have that balancing out there. And then we have the Moon, which is really about fear. So I want to leave it. This is a fear, dealing with the devil energy, secrets. The devil's fear. It's just fear. There's either love or fear. So let's just call it fear, this. Which then has this prolonging of not really making any movement towards the legacy, the opportunity, the abundance. With the 10 of Pentacles, this is about creating solid foundations for you and really anyone who's in your vicinity. Okay, so let's talk about this elastic band and about the devil. So I had an elastic band yesterday. Just found it on the side, over the other side of the kitchen. It's here. Now, normally when I see an elastic band, it normally falls and it'll be an infinity like symbol, okay? But I saw the elastic band just sitting over there, and I was thinking through this devil energy and how we beat ourselves up, and how much damage we do to ourselves, okay? And I have to be really careful how I tread with this one. But first of all, I remembered a technique that was used in my business days to block negative thoughts and negativity. Now, I'm not like promoting self-harm or anything, far from it, but I'm not going to actually do it. But if you were to wear an elastic band around your wrist, and every time you thought negatively about yourself, most definitely, give it a flick, because you won't do it often, it really hurts. Okay, so I refuse to self-harm. Okay, so it's like, what is actually going to cause you more damage? A little flick of that elastic band on your wrist to remind yourself, don't do that to yourself, and you snap yourself out of it, okay? Because we all have it, and you have to forgive yourself. Life carries on. You have to. So deal with it. Deal with the devil. Stop like pushing it aside and refusing to see that part that resides in each and every one of us. It's like, deal with your devil. So that there was the elastic band. And I'm thinking, well, what's the elastic band theory? But that then brought me to something very interesting. And you can Google it. My phone's died again. I've been on it for most of the day. So I can't even show you, which is great. Now, so I Googled the elastic band theory, and it came up with how two people and the energies of testosterone and oxytocin is that how when two people come together, their energies then repel, okay, but drawn back together, and it's really the energy of the lovers is the fear of this type of relationship. So I kind of want to make mention of that as well. I've got nothing to read to you, but I did need to make mention of it with the elastic band. So really, for me, this is dealing with the energies of testosterone and oxytocin, love. Okay, so that's why they say it's so great to hug someone, because you actually release oxytocin. It's like love. It's like, it's beautiful. Okay, and that's what I want to say, really, when you have faith and you become this light of love, that's kind of what you emit. It's just love, oxytocins. It's quite, it could be very irresistible when you're in the presence of somebody like that. But then that could be very scary, especially if you're actually wanting to go into a connection like the lovers, where it's a sexual connection. So the elastic band theory. That's what I got from an elastic band, seeing an elastic band. Okay, so this is kind of like the to-ing and throwing. The understanding the energies. So the elastic band theory. There's one for you. And if you could try that little, don't do it, it hurts. Just stop hurting yourself, full stop, self-harm. It's but if you need to use an elastic band, then I'm not promoting anything on here, hurting yourself. This is a channel of love. That's all we're seeking. But snap yourself out of it. It's not worth the pain. Okay. So, let's get some oracles on here. Okay, we'll go with this first. The enchanted map. They might bring in something really about this snapping ourselves out of this energy. Or, well, let's just see. Talisman. Oh, I just found the book that I couldn't find earlier. Obviously, I wasn't meant to read them. So, card number 49. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek, if I can get my words out. Upright. Sorry, why did I say that? I never read upright or reverse. So, upright, okay. So pay attention. No. Upright. Oh no, now I've got the giggles. Okay. Wisdom allows you to recognise traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognise your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. It's like, I just want to kind of like pay attention, and I want to say congratulations. It's like, that's awesome. You can follow your own light. No interference, really. No illusions. Knowing that everything has a meaning. So really you don't need to find the meaning. It would just come when it needs to. Okay. Let's get some mermaids and dolphins. Oh, I wobble the table when I do that. Okay. Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any related issues, any father related issues to heaven. Okay, I'm pleased it's come up. So let's touch on this subject then. Let's read from the book though. I would like their guidance before I start with what's been going on this end with what's been coming through for the father healing. It was so much on the mother healing last week. This card shows that you still have some father issues left to heal. The healing doesn't need to take a lot of time. It simply requires your willingness to be free of any old anger, grief or fear related to your male parents. Universal energies are either male or female. Male energy is expansive and giving. Female energy is nurturing and receptive. If we're unhealed with respect to our father, the universe seems to be ungenerous. If we're unhealed towards our mother, we won't accept the gifts the universe offers us. So that makes sense. If last week we dealt with the mother healing, the universe is here offering it now. And I said I was picking up that it's so much about forgiveness. Okay. So the more you focus on the spiritual truth of your father, the more your heart will be receptive to the universe's continuous and all-encompassing giving. Accept your rightful bounty and open your arms to your divine inheritance. Affirm, I now focus on the love that is the spiritual truth of my father, and I hereby balance any karma between us. I now let go of everything but the love and the lessons of my relationship with my father. Okay. All right, let's see what else comes up. I'm not going to add anything more to that. I've already picked up how masculines are very much, I want to say, seeing how childhood wounds can show up in adult life. There's like this more compassion. But we all have maybe some resentment towards our parents, even if we think we don't. So, okay. Let's get some romance angels. We can get some romance angels. Okay, you want to come out. Flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. That really is just going with the flow now. Just allow yourself to shine. I spoke about it, didn't I? Just become this light. Allow yourself to be consumed by the positive rather than the negative. It's like, don't get involved in the drama. Okay, let's read what this one wants to say. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. The romance angels guide you to initiate romance with flirtatiousness, which entails smiling with your eyes as you connect with others. It doesn't necessarily involve sexuality, although it can. Flirting is playful in nature, and playfulness is the heart of romance. If you're in a relationship, flirting with your partner can revive passion. If you're single, this activity can attract new friendships as well as a love relationship. Drawing this card can simply mean that making more eye contact with others will help you connect with people. This is especially true if you smile and say hello more often. Everyone you meet is a potential friend, and studies show that most people are introduced to their mates through mutual acquaintances. Therefore, form new friendships both as a way of meeting a new partner and to increase your enjoyment of life. And that just sang out to me about what you're going to choose to be. And it's just like, be careful of the eye contact. The devil side. That your eyes can be very appealing and they can be very loving, but then they also do have a dark side, which we won't be aware of, because I don't personally, if I'm in a bad mood, go and shout at the mirror to see what my face looks like. You're normally in too much of a rage, aren't you? You've kind of gone past that point. So just with the eye contact there. Okay, just be aware of that's how people can perceive you. Let's get another one. Oh, we've got two. It says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Well, considering you're leaving one way of doing things and moving into another, then it's not really going to be the kind of person that you'd probably find in your current environment. Or maybe it's what you've been emitting, isn't it? So flirt, you'll attract what you are. So you lighten your energy, you attract like-minded people. Said just relax and allow it to all unfold. So it's about keeping an open mind about what really you perceived your soulmate to, what type they would be, or your expectations regarding them. So, and then the other card that came out was honeymoon. Okay, so let's have a look at keep an open mind. The Romance Angel sent you this card as a reminder to stay open to the possibility of your soulmate appearing in a form that may differ from what you expect. This is especially true if you tend to date a certain type of individual. You drew this card to help you discover your soulmate. This card may signal that you've already been introduced to this person but have overlooked his or her romantic potential. Take the time to get to know the various individuals you meet, even if there isn't an initial attraction. At the very least, you will learn more about yourself and may make a new friend. There's a lot here about being open, authentic, I want to say. And then we have honeymoon. So let's see what the honeymoon card. This card indicates the need for a getaway to nurture romantic love. The specific application of this message depends upon the person who is inquiring. For some, this card has a literal meaning: you are going away with your new spouse following your wedding. For those already in a long-term partnership, this card speaks to reigniting the spark by taking a romantic holiday. It can also relate to the honeymoon period of a new relationship. And for still others, this card indicates that you will meet someone special while on a vacation. Feeling with those cards here, it is really just coming in with the lovers. That's the energy I'm picking up on. We've been picking up that they need to kind of get a room, get together and lift the energy. I think that's the easiest way to say that. I think the only thing I've got left to do that I've actually got out is Archangel Guidance. And then I might end... we had Mother Mary last week. Let's go for a roomy card. A bit more masculine. Might be able to help us with this father healing. Okay. Whoa, there's a few there, but I'm going to have to take them. All is well. That's what you need to tell yourself, okay? Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. Compassion, it's definitely the energy we're working with. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Don't know what that was. Just heard a noise. Okay, sorry, that distracted me. Sounded like something scooting across the floor, but it's only my pussycat. Let's read what compassion wants to say. Hey, go and flick somewhere else, little one. Well, you're not really little. Go on. Over there, good boy. So it's to soften your heart with respect to this situation and all people involved, including yourself. I can help you forgive yourself and others, or to compassionately see everyone's point of view. You needn't change your stance or behaviour. It simply means approaching the situation with a loving heart, which empowers you and allows creative solutions to pour forth. So working with Archangel Zadkiel, Zadkiel's name means righteousness of God, and he helps us release unforgiveness towards ourselves and others. Ask him to come into your dreams and act like a chimney sweep, clearing away any emotional toxins from your heart. He'll ensure that everyone's needs are met and that emotional healings occur in miraculous ways. Okay. We're going to have to clear through this devil energy, this shadow side. Okay. Patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realise. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So this is definitely an energy that needs to be cleared before really you can move on. Otherwise it will just stay stagnant. I'm going to read this one as well. It takes time for a seedling to push through the ground and mature into a flower-bearing plant. Yet each moment of a plant's life cycle can bring joy to those who notice its beauty. In the same way, enjoy the process of realising your dreams. Slow down and feel gratitude, as each step brings your manifestations into tangible form. So slow down, okay, and feel the gratitude. Watch it unfold, as each step brings your manifestations into tangible form. Notice the lessons and love that spring from every moment that you engage in acting upon your dreams. So it says working with Archangel Jophiel. So Jophiel helps us experience more grace and peace in our lives through slowing down and noticing the beauty that already surrounds us. She asks us to savour and enjoy each moment rather than hinging our happiness on future goals. Call upon Jophiel any time you feel rushed, stressed or unhappy. She'll increase your awareness and appreciation of life's everyday miracles. Okay. And we've got one more. Claircognizance. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. You can't see the rainbow properly, but that's like a rainbow now. You prayed for answers, and they've come to you in the form of repetitive thoughts telling you to take steps and make healthy changes. Don't discount your thoughts or think they're just dreams or common knowledge. Your thoughts are tuned to high frequencies right now and are trustworthy inspirations. All great inventions, new businesses, and teachings stem from this same universal source of wisdom. You're tapped into that divine wisdom right now, and it's important to notice and record your thoughts, then act upon these answers to your prayers. So a lot's coming through. Messages, synchronization, dreams. Working with Archangel Uriel's. Uriel's name means the light of God. He's known for his ability to enlighten our minds with divine inspiration. Anytime you need answers or insights, call upon Uriel. He answers anyone who calls upon him. You'll know that Uriel has answered when you have repetitive thoughts or ideas that are positive, loving and helpful. So you really need to, because obviously his devil energy is out. So if it's not positive, loving and helpful, it's not from the divine. Snap out of it. Give it a flick. Okay. If you need facts in a hurry, such as during a test or an important meeting, Uriel, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Uriel will supply you with the information. After you ask him for help, the answer will pop into your mind. Trust the information that he supplies. Okay, I lost my flow completely with that one. Right, let's end on a Rumi. Let's do this, okay. I have to look at them. I'm not going to read them all. Oh, there's only two. That's amazing. And that is exactly the energy that we're talking about, the transition from nothing to everything. So let's read this one before I turn over the other one. How long have I been on? Not that it matters. Whoa, we're over an hour. Well, I do like to talk. Okay, number 16. Let's read this message. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Let me get that so it's in focus. Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside, even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits. Wow, that's quite cool though, yeah. Another version of you awakes, that's cool, yeah. I'm sure we're going to have many of them. So, another emanation of you awakes, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are. I'm going to put this down, guys, because I really need to try and focus on actually reading these words. My eyes are a little bit blurry. Okay, so yet here you are at the pruning stage. So that's that, isn't it? Like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life, or will the enthusiastic denuding process be rather too much and unintentionally kill off the garden altogether? Fear not, your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, my angel of love, there is one who is even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The stories that pour forth from that cosmic poet in every moment are so rich, they inspire the creation of art and music. One such story is especially created for you, yes, you, with a starring role and all the best supporting cast. You shall gasp in wonder, awe, glee and delight when you hear it. It is a great romance, a great adventure, with an ending truly spectacular and divine. Would you wish to hear it? Become attentive now. Put your own tales aside, as dramatic as they may seem right now, and prepare to be entranced by the greatest storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entranced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. I just think it's bloody brilliant, to be honest. Oh, when it says be attentive now, and I put upright, I said upright, as if to say, attention now, guys. Okay, here we go. Here's the message. There are moments on the path of love that seem to focus on letting go of identities, of knowledge and certainty, of opinion and even attempts at control. We may feel as though we are being stripped back to our core and even then perhaps further still. We may wonder if we can bear it. It said something about bear. Doing nakedness, wasn't it? But I said it the wrong way round. I don't know. Okay, right, focus. We're back. We may wonder if we can bear it. What shall, if at all, remain intact through these rigours? We may feel challenged every time we attempt to become something great, as though we are blocked by circumstances beyond our control. Again and again, it is as though a greater hand smacks our wrists or pings it. Well, come on. Okay. Look, I'm the storyteller here at the minute. No, this is a storyteller. We'll get back. Okay. Again and again, it is as though a greater hand smacks our wrist the moment we try to take hold of something firmly, someone, anything that brings us certainty or inner stability. That's the elastic band theory. Sorry. Such are the rigours at an advanced stage on the path. We meet this challenge when our soul is ready for it. Okay, why must it be thus? This is a sage question indeed. When we are asked to dispense with our story, the interpretations we have given to our life experiences over the years, we may not hear the request at first. We may vaguely note it, but not recognise the great divine source asking this of us, and so we do not give such an inclination due accord. We may persist with spinning our own tales instead. Oh, our mind may fancy itself to be a great wrangler of the word, impressed with its own judgments and declarations, yet in the light of comparison with the divine tale for our soul, all our fancies shall pass away, revealed as so very frail, like clouds dissipating in the sky. Perhaps we are graced with the realisation there is so much more, or perhaps we still don't get the hint and move to struggle as we try to enact what we think our story should be. We may hit obstacle after obstacle and create even more terror in our storytelling, that life is such pain, a struggle, that success may not be for us, that we are forgotten and unheard. Yet we could equally choose to wonder if obstacle after obstacle, closed door after closed door, is just a prompt to look for the open window to climb through. And if so, instead of seeking to impose our small story upon the great truth, we can live the truth of our divine destiny. Then something magical happens. We participate through presence along with the unfolding story of our soul journey. We open up to whatever is asked of us, presented to us, happening through us as we choose each day to come alive as much as we can. Then, as if by magic, there is something else that occurs. That will be grace, real, rich, dripping with goodness and substance, grace. This is a sacred blessing that enables us to pay attention to opening doors rather than closing ones, the divine assistance that lets us know our life is proceeding according to a greater intelligence and plan. Once we stop thinking quite so much and live day to day, we will be blessed with the realization that our individual life story is so much more extraordinary and perfect than anything we could have summoned, even with our wildest imaginations. This oracle comes with guidance for you. You're being asked to let go, to receive, to become empty, to be filled. This may mean letting go of an attachment to a lover so you can receive genuine love. It may be of no longer holding onto a fantasy of your dream job, but of being guided into the most soulful and successful vocation. It may mean letting go of wishes for your body or health to be other than it is, so you can simply get on with living each day, taking steps into wellness without thinking beyond one day at a time. It is the divine paradox that when we are asked to surrender a story or fantasy, it is because reality is knocking at our door, more often than not, with the delivery of what we have been fantasizing about, but in the best way for us. The human experience of this paradox is that you may feel you are giving up hope, that your fantasy is dying. It may be very painful and bring you much grief, but all that is dying is your attachment and opinion about how it must be. This needs to happen so you can stop dreaming and start living it. This is what is happening for you now. Do not fear any part of your process. Embrace it without expectations, with trust in your heart that the divine is simply guiding you from fantasy into fulfillment. Perfect. The next card, I surge on the uprising wave of love. I'm not going to read all of it. We had this card the other day. So I'm just going to read kind of the meaning for the message. So, and maybe the poem. We'll read the poem last. Let me just find the message. Talks about the storyteller again. Okay. So I'm going to go for here. Why seek to impose a smaller and less interesting story upon life when the great master storyteller is weaving a fantastic tale of great love and great adventure and sublime spiritual success? No, it is wiser, wilder and more fun to surf the great wave of consciousness seeking to overtake you now. Dive in, beloved, surge with it. You are being given a gift of grace in this oracle, the promise that you won't drown, and that you will, in fact, be given a glimpse of your own divinity, should you choose to accept whatever will be offered to you. Don't try to swim against the tide of your own life journey. Go with it. The divine is there waiting for you, orchestrating waves upon which you may reach the heavenly shore. Yes, the divine is there waiting for you, waiting on a picnic blanket of fabric of the heavens with a sacred feast of earthly bounty, just now being unpacked in your honour. Get yourself into that ocean and ride those waves to your sacred date with the divine right now, sweet beloved. Surf's up. It says this oracle comes with a message for you. There are changes happening and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, I spoke about that. I said you'll be caught up in a wave and moved farther and faster. Let yourself surge on the energy of what is happening, leading with your heart and just going with whatever unfolds. This will bring you the best fortune and open you up to the divine destiny that is your birthright this time. You need to just go with whatever unfolds. Okay, let's finish with the poem. It's very short. My life can be summed up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. Rumi. Much love, guys. I'm leaving the message there. Have faith, surrender, be the observer, and allow divine to I want to say to drift you away to new horizons, but let's leave it there. Take care, guys. Bye for now.